What is going on, beautiful people? Havu here, back on the tube, back on the YouTube, just to say a little something. I'm feeling a little bit louder today because both of my neighbors on either side of me are gone. So I am just the lonely dude in the middle. It is a good and bad thing. I miss my neighbors in the front. I've known them for like 2 years. Actually, I say I know them, but we really just run into each other in the hallway and in the elevator and their dog. And it's just kind of a cordial, kind of casual thing, but they're gone and they are moving on to bigger and better things. So good for them. But like I said, I am free to be as loud as I want, banging on the walls, blasting loud music, all those things that I typically do, right? Just point this out here. This van sticker, it says off the wall and it's literally peeling off the wall here. There we go. It is now completely off the wall. Anyways, hope everybody's having an amazing day. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day outside. I really wanted to share my journey today, my personal journey as it relates to the last couple of years, just self-reflection. And I wanted to talk about frequency and kind of energy. So I might use the whiteboard for a little bit, but my little to-do list, I've been making a weekend to-do list because during the week I have pretty much a set routine during the week. If I really have things to nail during the week, I'll throw it on the board, but this is really to make sure that I don't spend my weekends just sitting around. Usually I don't have a problem filling it up with time. Like if I don't have anything to do, I'll usually go for a walk or I'll read a book or I'll practice the Rubik's Cube, but you can only do that for so long. I feel like I focus best in short intervals, right? It's just like sprinting, right? People think that it's different with things that relate to the mind, but your mind can only focus for so long as well. You know, if you sit down and you try to study for 5 hours, well, most of the time during that 5 hours, you're not going to be laser focused. It's only going to be in short, like 15 to 30 minute bursts where you really focus before you start to drift off. So it's actually important, I think, to schedule time to ease off the gas a little bit, to be more productive, right? So you can get back into it and focus and then let off the gas and focus again. To think that you're just going to sit down for a huge block of time and just get a laser focus at 100% in, I think that's a little unrealistic. But anyways, that's a huge tangent. I'm sorry. I will be going on a bunch of huge tangents in this episode because I don't really have a structure. I didn't really have an outline planned out. I just felt the energy and I wanted to get that out. Anyways, weekend list. It's nothing big, right? If I have to do laundry, I'll throw laundry on that list. If I have to organize the kitchen, I'll throw the kitchen on that list. If I have to clip my toenails even, I'll put it on the list, right? And really what it does is it really lets me block out these chunks of time and so I can plan out the day so I'm not just sitting around wondering what to do next. I have intention, and I think that's a big part of it. Intention. I think it goes along with how I used to live just a few weeks ago, really, a few months ago. I was just eating out all the time, and when it came down to mealtime, I would have to think, okay, what am I going to have today? Not even necessarily what I'm in the mood for, because it wouldn't be about what I'm in the mood for, because I wouldn't just eat out any unhealthy thing. I would try to keep it healthy and whole, so it's not like, oh, Popeyes today and Burger King today, and that would be very easy if I lived my life like that. But I only had a few options. I didn't want to spend too much money. I wanted to keep it kind of healthy, so the options were very limited. But still, either way, every time it came down to lunch or dinner, I would have to spend time thinking, right? And I didn't like that. I didn't understand how that was affecting me and the bigger picture. So now everything is written down in a list format and I know what I'm going to do. I don't have to waste mental resources wondering what I'm going to eat, wondering what I'm going to do next, or wondering how I'm going to fill my time, because I've already just taken, a minute, 30 seconds to just boom, 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 fill out my time. And now I'm productive. When I go and I cross off that thing on the list, it feels good. It makes me want to do that again. So now it's less about all the little things you're doing and more about that focus, that mentality that you're putting yourself in. You're getting things done. You're training yourself on filling your time up and just boom, 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 completing these tasks. You're like a machine, right? You're slowly doing these baby steps. Yeah, it's just little stuff now like laundry and cleaning the kitchen. But once you get into this groove where it's like, brrr, now all of your time is so efficient, right? And you even block out time, free time, right? Of course, there's free time as well. I'm not talking like you can't have recreational time, you can't have personal time. But the point is now your whole day, your whole life is more structured and you're moving ahead and you're making really good progress, measurable progress, and you get used to the idea of filling up your time. So then there's no such thing as sitting around, scrolling on Facebook, right? Like there's no such thing as social media robbing you of your time and your energy and all the progress you could make and being closer and closer to figure out your true life's purpose, right? That's where I am now. If someone were to ask me, Vu, what is your true life purpose? I don't know yet, man, but I know I'm going in the right direction, and I'm happy about that. If you had asked me maybe a year ago, that question would have really flustered me, and I just would have been like putting my hands in my pockets and looking down like, man, shit, I don't know. But I wasn't doing anything to work towards anything, like I was one of those people just like sitting around and just scrolling through the phone mindlessly, such wasted time. And I think that's a big part of it too. Once you realize how precious time is, you're not going to want to waste it. It's ridiculous, right? We don't think about how stingy some of the people we know are. Like we're like Asian, right? I grew up in an Asian household. I know Asian people. My family's Asian. My friends are Asian. Like I am no stranger to stingy ass people, right? It's crazy the things that people will do to save $1, to save 50 cents, $5, $20, what the fuck ever. But when it comes to time, people will blow hours a day scrolling through Instagram, wishing their lives were like this. Like, oh my God, I wish my life was that perfect. Oh my God, I have to like her photo because she likes mine. Like, worrying about all this nonsense crap. Like, it's a lot of time. And then Netflix, like how much time you sit on the couch and watch Netflix, like it's a lot of time and it's just wasted, right? We blow this time. Like we're going to keep having it forever and ever. And I think once you shift into that thinking that time is so precious, you don't want to waste it, right? It's just plain and simple. Anyways, I want to get into frequencies and what I've been really wanting to talk about this video. So let me go ahead and erase this whiteboard real quick with this tiny little butt of an eraser. Okay, so we're going to talk about frequency. If you imagine this is Vu. I don't know why his neck area is so big. I guess I should have put it like he can have a t-shirt and little. Okay, that looks like he's wearing a kimono or something. Anyways, imagine he has a little antenna on top of his head, right? Boop, 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 boop. And he's broadcasting at a certain frequency. I don't know if you guys can see me. He's broadcasting at a certain frequency, whatever frequency he's putting out, that little Vu. And this frequency decides the things that he can hear and the people who can hear him. It's just like a radio station, right? If you are tuned in to 98.7, you will hear the broadcast from 98.7, but you will not hear the broadcast from 93.1, right? That's just how it works. So when you're broadcasting at a really low frequency, like a really low one, like, down here, that's pretty much where I spent a lot of my, post-teenage years. It's where I spent all of my college years. Most of my adult life was spent in this really low frequency. And what do I mean by low frequency? Thoughts, negative thoughts all day long, negative self-talk, zero self-confidence, not even about self-confidence, right? Before self-confidence even, I did not love myself. I looked in the mirror and I hated the person that I saw. I would find reasons to hate the person that I saw. When people gave me compliments, in the rare situation that people gave me compliments, I'd be like, no. I wouldn't believe them. I wouldn't be like, wow, that's really nice. And it wouldn't make me feel good and warm inside. It would just be it would even reinforce my insecurities. How crazy is that, right? So these are examples of a low frequency, right? I had my hands in my pockets all the time. I couldn't look people in the eye and smile and talk to them, right? I would avoid eye contact. Girls at parties, oh my God, fucking forget about it, dude. They can feel that awkwardness, that super awkwardness, avoiding eye contact, don't know what to say, oh my God, please don't, please don't. And then what was really awkward in college is the drinking thing, right? So you drink and then you get more confidence and then you're a little more outgoing. But then when it comes down to it, if a girl starts talking to you or you're in this situation, certain situations, then it's there's no amount of alcohol that could have saved me. So it was extremely awkward and I never really took steps to raise my frequency. I never really thought about it. I was just kind of going through the motions in a really low place, depressed, sad. I had terrible acne for a while. And as an example on the acne, back then I was so focused on the acne because that was just a symptom of a much larger problem. I wasn't taking care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, just really down in the dumps, just smoking weed all day, partying, just eating crap food, not taking care of my body, not sleeping right, it just like all across the board, super low frequency, right? And you can only attract things from that frequency, right? Like great things are not going to enter your life when you're broadcasting at such a low frequency, when all your energy is low and you're not creating any positive energy, not any good energy, right? Nothing good can come from that. So with the pimples, I was so dead set on, what face wash can I use? What lotion am I using? Is it because I'm using the wrong products? Is it because I'm not washing my face enough? Is it because I'm washing my face too much? I went to the doctor for antibiotics and creams and, benzoyl peroxide and all sorts of salicylic acid and wipes, and so concerned about something on the outside that was going to fix my inside, right? And now, just thinking about how far I've come now, like the Haovu now, if that happened to me, I would be thinking, okay, why is this happening? Am I sleeping enough? Am I eating enough? How's my diet? How's my stress? But back then it was like, oh, face creams and lotions and antibiotics. Like that's how I was thinking. Like you're just treating the symptom. If acne starts from the inside out, you treat it from the inside out. You don't treat it from the outside in, right? So it's not like some face wash is going to change your life or some visit to the dermatologist is going to change your life. And I didn't understand that back then. I didn't really know that I had to change myself, So that was a funny thing that I thought about just recently on my journey with acne. And honestly, my skin has cleared up. I don't even think about it anymore. Do I have perfect skin? Hell no, I don't have perfect skin. But do I think about face washes ever? 0% chance. I have one face wash. I use it one time a day. That is my skincare routine. Back then, terrible acne, hella products, hella trips to dermatologists, time online, looking up shit. Like just all my energy was focused in the wrong place. And I'm very glad to say how far I've come in that regard. And it's not about the acne at all. It's really about taking care of what's going on inside first. You have really no business worrying about your acne if you don't have it figured out inside yet. So low frequency. How was my life different back then? I didn't love myself back then, and I didn't appreciate time back then. I wasn't grateful. And going into that, I realize now that when someone's broadcasting at a lower frequency, when I come and I talk about gratitude, when I talk about loving yourself, when I talk about happiness starts from within, for someone broadcasting at that low frequency, that doesn't reach them, okay? Or else everybody would be saved instantly. The process to change is a very hard one, and it starts from within, and they have to have their own reasons why, and they have to be strong reasons, right? Whatever kicks them into high gear to raise their frequency, right? I could sit here and preach about gratitude and creating your own happiness and lowering your stress and eating healthy, but really that person with a low frequency can't get those messages. They might be like, yeah, okay, like it makes sense what you're saying, but is it really making an impact? Is it really hitting home? No, absolutely. And that's what's hard about this whole like YouTube and self-improvement space. You can give everybody the books, you can hold everybody's hand, but if they're not broadcasting at that right frequency, you can't reach them. They can't change. People have to change for themselves. You can only nudge them in the right direction. If they hit rock bottom and there's nowhere to go but up, then it starts to really change for them. But, I don't want to waste my energy, trying to reach someone who is just too far below. That's why it's kind of a waste of energy. You want to hope that the people that are around you are at the same frequency as you, so you don't have to like have your stuff go unnoticed, and then like it's just a mismatch, right? You want to attract good people in your life and better experiences, and stay away from people broadcasting at that lower frequency. You have faith that they'll figure it out, and sometimes these are the people that are closest to us, and it hurts to not be able to help them and bring them out of this, especially when you know what it was like to be there yourself. But at the end of the day, it's just time, and you hope that time will do it for them. You hope that, whatever needs to click will click. But anyways, so yeah, that's how I spent a lot of my time, just negative thoughts. That's another big thing. A lot of my thoughts were negative. I would think, are these people talking about me? They're probably talking about me. Everybody is talking about me because I'm sitting alone in the cafeteria. I have my hands in my pockets. I'm such a loser right now. And if I wasn't thinking that, on the other hand, I would be like alone at a party or something like that, and I would be too shy to talk to somebody, so I just have my hands in my pockets, and then I just be like judging everyone else at the party, right? Because of my insecurities, instead of being like, oh my god, I'm such a bitch right now, I'm such a loser, I'd be like, oh, look at those fags, like, like if they said something that was stupid, like a joke that kind of wasn't funny, I'd be like, fags, and it would be so terrible. Like these kind of thoughts, like filling my mind, like judging other people, that's a negative thing. Like feeling crappy about yourself, that's a negative thing. Thinking other people are talking about you, like all of those things that I just mentioned was pretty much how I filled 80 to 90% of my time inside my head. Isn't that nuts? It is nuts. Like, most people can't even imagine that, but that was my reality, right? I didn't even know that anything was wrong. I didn't realize that like life could be brighter than this. Like, I didn't realize that happiness can start from within, and like I was creating so much negative energy, just lowering my frequency lower and lower and lower and lower, and that makes me so much more grateful for where I am today, you know? And just it's now like, now I'm on an elevator up and I am just, you know, singing, I'm whistling the tune on the radio, and I have not a care in the world because I know that elevator is going up. Even if I have to make some stops temporarily, even if it goes down one floor temporarily, I know it's going to keep going up, and I'm so grateful for that. I have so much faith in the universe. I have so much faith in myself, and really, like, that is an amazing feeling once you really have the hang of it, you know, the hang of really like the basics, really getting yourself out of that lower frequency and raising your vibration a little, so you're creating your own happiness, and things like gratitude and self-love. Once you really start grabbing onto those things and practicing them every day, they just get better and better and better, and now you have the tools that you need, and the tool will only get better and serve you more, right, on this journey towards enlightenment, towards finding your true purpose. So I'm very, very excited about that. And guys, that's it. That's the video for today. I know it was super, super long, but I think this is a really important one for me to share. You know, like, I've been there, you know, I've been depressed, I've been anxious, I've been suffering from panic attacks, I've been wasting my time with like drugs and alcohol and just like pissing my life away. And I'm really glad to be at a point where, you know, every second matters, every moment matters. And I'm really conscious now of my thoughts. And, you know, am I perfect? Absolutely not. You know, I'm still absolutely figuring it out, but I feel very good every day, every moment, and nothing can strip me of that. So that's where we are, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Hao Vu Show. Check your vibrations, see where you're at, see where the people that are around you are at. See if you can raise that up, guys. If you have any questions or you want to talk about this in depth, you know how to reach me most likely if you are watching this. If not, just shoot me a message in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you very, very soon. Peace. God, I told myself I would stop doing that peace thing.